right? So sometimes what will happen, I may break the glass in the house, in the kitchen, and I don't want to take responsibility. Did you do that? When your parents ask, did you do that? Did you break the glass? We are unable to say yes. Okay, if I have made mistakes, I should own it up, right? I should own it up, you should own it up. You should be responsible for your mistakes. Okay, that's important. So, all of you would have reached 13, 14, or even more. Some of you may be 16, 17, 18. So, it's time that you all are responsible for your actions. Okay, so you have to be able to take responsibility for your actions. And there are also, before we get onto the solution or on how to solve problems, there are reasons again why we are not able to solve problems. There are different reasons why we fail to address problems. So what are the barriers to facing problems, to addressing problems? Okay, and is there anyone who wants to share any thought, any idea? Why is it that you are unable to solve problem? What are some of the barriers? Okay, so these are the three things that I've shared. Now, when we talk about barriers, okay, when we face problems, what are the barriers that we face for which we are unable to solve the problem? What are some of the reasons? Okay, so there are some reasons. Some of the reasons why we are unable to solve problem in our life. One is failure to admit the problem. Okay, so if you face a problem, have the guts to say, yes, that is indeed a problem, right? Have the courage to say, yes, it is indeed a problem. It is indeed a problem that I'm facing. Don't think that if you ignore the problem, right? Don't think that if you ignore the problem will go away. It won't. So admit that it is indeed a problem, right? That is very important. And then what happens sometimes? So admit of the problem is very important, and sometimes sometimes the problem may indeed be there, and we want to arrive at a solution. Can I use this? I just want to walk around a little bit. We want to walk around. I want to walk around, okay? And we face this problem, okay? And what happens? We want to arrive at a solution, and then what happens? We make choices, and we make hasty choices. We don't think very carefully. We make decisions so quickly, and then later on, another problem comes up. All right? So, making hasty decisions, making very quick decisions is not a solution, right? I mean, sometimes when there is fire in the house, and you have to just very quickly come up with a solution, that's a different thing. But otherwise, if it is not a situation where you have to make a decision at the moment, think carefully, right? Take time to think and then arrive at the decision. So making hasty decisions is a barrier, is a problem, right? And another thing, another point also is there, which is when when we make decisions, think about the consequences, think about the result that will emerge from the decision that you are taking. So, you have to consider the consequences of the decision, right? So the failure to consider the decision, consider the consequences of the decision is another mistake that we can make in our lives. So, now, how do we come to the actual process of solving a problem? How do we come to the actual process of solving whatever we have problem in our life? So I think the first thing is to then accept the problem. Okay, you have to own it up. If you are responsible for the problem, then own it up. Alright? Own it up. And then accept that there is a problem in your life. If you've broken the glass, own it up. I did it. If you did not study for your exam and you failed, own it up. I did not study. 老师如果想 pass 掉过来，你可通老师如果，老师如果打嘞，老师如果水多嘞，可能得包的，完了我不是你老师去凶，你对不对 ？Right? You are responsible for your failure. You are responsible for your problem. So if you did not study and you failed in your exam, you are responsible, right? So yes, I am responsible. And now I have this problem. So accept it. 老师如果想死过来的，这个么的，大伙几个死，你老了后就是老师就心不少 ，OK？ 你老师你老了后把你，喊你老了后不把你，喊你寂寞不把你，你让江苏为我不是，那干嘛老师就心不老了后的，那干嘛他给你的？ 老师什么？老师什么楼外？不是楼外，他的字出来不得？老师你就这个，还有我看见就那种，不能字出来不得，就看楼外，你不那个不好嘛？我为不好嘛的，非妇女，法律的，我俩不拿，你买的是软水嘛？软水买的那些，是吧？你老师如果想死过来，就是死开不能嘛？你这老了不能，老了带的，老师做嘛就。 Okay, so coming back to the point, accept the problem. And this and that is a problem has solved it was a check. You problem 是不会，啊，你 problem 还是技术变坏，嘛，至少技术变坏，技术老好话的，技术手机好话的，技术手麻话的 problem 还变坏。So own it up. And then, what do we do? What step do we take? Next step. After that is step 2. Right? Now, problem has solved it. What do we do? Problem has solved money. Problem has solved money. Think of that scenario. Okay? Think of that scenario now. Problem hai ne fit daw e hala su khale mo de ji ga nga su problem hai ne ha ki ho ma ne ve kare du zo da le du zo. So, remember, think of such a situation, alright? And then remember, ji problem hai ne ve daw ni ji hala su mo de ga nga su bu le di ko zo situation A, situation B, situation C. 这不能吗？人哪都是的，来，那大来路。 考退了路，嘛，考退了路，退了那时候，大门的，完了到大学的工作，大来工作，January 带出来，10号来，老大来，老太来 B C D E F G， 对吧？你先 step by step， 然后来 write it down。You know what's the benefit of writing down? 说这么的就是说，你只下下头来 ，you see clearly the consequences. Okay, there will be clarity in your thought. 那都西马那个哈里马的讲下来就来弄 ，right? You may think like that. 好了讲了弄 ，you will face some situation and write down what you think will be the situation. Write it down very clearly. 是下的人不是。嘿，要对着打嘛，July August 对着打嘛就过来的，是哪过来的 ？Write it down. Write it down. Yeah. If you write it down， 嘿，还有数词嘞，看你把它读成哪里 ？You face that, right? So if you don't write it down, you will not be able to see clearly what the future is, right? So for the sake of clarity of thought, write it down. Or it's not just about that, but even other problems, or whatever problem it is, just think of different situations. Like that, and Russia learning problem and solve it. Okay, so writing down is very important. 这天说 problem 还得说，刚才的 solution 还这个嘞，就是说 solution 还的。A B C D 的布拉 ，OK，and A 怎样 ？A 还就来 ，B 还就来 ，C 还就来，就要说白了 ，write it down as far as possible. Write down the different solutions that you may have in your mind. 还得是不是 B 和 A 还是不是还就表来 ？Solution A 还得不得就是还就表来 ，Solution C 还不知道还就表来。Write down the pros, okay, consequence, and then pros and cons. 还得也还得不得 solution， 那大的就是还得不来，那大嘛的其实拍摄的就是还得不来 ，or C 还得不还得来，你看这 ，what is the positive points, what are the negative points of taking A or B or C? So whatever problems that you have, try to take. Solution 还得干点会的啥？今天还不让你 A 还 B positive points negative points 还 B 个 negative points positive points C 个 positive point negative points 不可以让你是来look compare each of them right compare 是可以的。Then compare sushi. Try to be logical. Okay, try to be logical as far as possible. You know what? Dumai, lot of computer. What is the purpose of learning? Let's say 2 plus 2 direct 4 yeah. 2 plus 2 direct is 3 more. See, lot of computer, lot of computer. 没法自主去 clarity calculation of user, right? There will be clarity of thought, so that you will be logical. 5 plus 5 greater than क्या है? Maybe clarity moving up, right? And there will be it works in a much faster way in practice, right? So, lot of user, it helps you to be logical. It helps you to be clear in your thinking. You will be then able to take the right decision. Maybe something maybe emotions are maybe funny. Maybe put control in this. Okay, not to follow your heart, to follow your brain, right? That you situation sẽ bị ra bên đó này. Allah thiếu thêm cái đó là họ quyết định cái đó là hay, which is not. Rất chủ hay. Sometimes we call by the two, then we go together. That's fine, right? 아니, 먹어서 don't just follow your heart. Whatever you have to follow, try to be logical in your reasoning. And after that, what happens? Whenever you face problem, talk to somebody. This is very, very important. Okay, very important. Talk to somebody. Somebody who you think is trustworthy. Right? Don't do that person about your problem, the problem that you're facing. Don't handle the problem on your own. There is somebody who you trust in your life. So talk to somebody like that. My Jew, nearly Lara Doji problem because name and the power when Ezra by the nobody here, Lara Doji my hand and my hand, I get COVID, I get feel and how that when I go. Lara Doji, Mahari, nearly Tata Sabit problem faced with because Tata Sabit so my money in your health, feel who the name. How do you experience way? How do you expertise way? It is very, very important, right? Without a guide, you will not be able to walk the straight path and go ahead. So, it's very important to have somebody to talk to. Hi, the point of some situations problem came by the point 1 point 3 5 you know, it's not that you have to follow each of these points in sequence. Okay, it doesn't have to be like that. And last points, that is a mining problems problem face where problem had a solve because of be logical, and as you are logical, okay, be open to consider others' point of view. Mining problem class is hard. Mining problem is so be open to consider others' point of view, right? Because flexibility hard because of flexibility my head child, my head with it. Love in our relationship with it. No point of taking advice from other people, right? So be open. Might be Jijiro, might not we who might experience that. I think that I at this up, didn't take any advice behind it. Take it to your heart and then make a proper judgment. So, my important decision, right? But in life, in life, in go there, be so there, see so there, leave out there. Now, finally, which step will you take? But, finally, when you walk, when you take this decision, you are responsible for your life. Right? Right? My oh, you saw the bomb there. You want to show them my mortality. Okay? Somebody, junior, from this stage onward, from this moment onward, from this stage of your life, learn to be responsible for your own life, right? For your failures, for your success, whatever it is, you are responsible for your life. So that is a very, very important phase, very, very important part of growing up, right? My head was like, yeah, don't do that. Now, problem have been always I ignore so much about try to handle the problem. So I want to take one case study. You might maybe 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Most of you must be in that stage, right? Juju, at this stage of your life, life problem ultimately problem do you have? Life problem is okay. 就说都不哈啥，你越倒我。No, that is not your problem, right? The people problem right? 就说我去school 过来，边吃不哈啥，边不哈啥。That is not a problem. Very, pen hades struggle, do hada hades struggle, right? You can do that. That problem get out you go. Let the problem get away. Now hades people follow right? No. I knew that problem get away to the. Ginger you go on a person, but Put spy. Spy, you better answer to that. So do that with all. Right? That will be the problem we face in life. When I just spy, put him in a spy, I will share, I will spy, pity, love pity, other to go away. Right? Situation, so the problem with all life. Okay. Class 9, 10, 11, 12, people to grapple problems. These are some of the problems you face, right? So, what do you do? Normally, it's a partial day. Normally, it's a partial day. Right? What will you do? Nasu ke laku belo. Put money in the pie there. Did supply and Paul away. What's up below, 400 below? What will you do? What answer will you give? You will spend sleepless night teaching to yourself. Wow, this is something that I have faced. Bible camp later session had a full goal at that stage. When I was in my early year of college, just session had a lot. I attended this session. So many problems. How you look now. But this is something very important also, right? Very important. Because if you make mistakes at this stage of your life, you know what? It can remain in your heart for the rest of your life. Or sometimes, you know what? But it's a terrible consequence. Okay, it's not a light decision. It's a very, very heavy decision. So what we have to do in this situation? One thing that I want to say is this. At this stage, government of India parliament in the bill passes go Pokalizo, he will general to that. Don't look for such a who have about why is it government doesn't sort never here, right? So whenever you face such situation in your life, right? Think about it and say, well, I'm too young now. Okay? And another important thing is that talk to somebody, talk to your parents, talk to your uncle, auntie, somebody in your family, right? About this issue, about this situation that you face, right? Is he a good boy? Is she a good girl? Talk to somebody. 改变了，上万个人哪里好啊？这么不能问的话，这几家是几家的啊？Which is not a good way of raising children, right? 这看嘛你这么样来的，说白了是不会说白，你知道吗？还你是干的大约八回，为什么这次的些什么东西，就是说的你们对白的这个，像你说的几个说白的这个两百是干的，我们说的是说两百的。Let them share your heart, share to you their problems 嘛。然后不多的钱，包干的这个包多少年，10年嘛的，10年大概，10年嘛的包多少年，这个概念大概，什么是军里面的，这个费什么了，对我们这个基本什么了 ，OK。But you will have somebody in your life，你内部了，你的 cousins 不了 ，right？你的 parents 不了 ，talk to them。About the problems that you face, right? That is something so important, and especially talk to somebody. Don't decide on your own. Don't take decisions on your own at this stage, right? 买年机票哦，这个嘛呢，你拿到都是拿不到。You can make mistakes because you are at that stage of life where you have not seen some aspects of life, right? You have not been able to foresee certain problems that may come when you are 25, when you are 30, right? Somebody chooses a 30 head. When you are at this stage, my name is So when I know that you be logical, okay? What are the different possible solutions? Give me the situation had example for me. Example for me. Certainly, the point without the okay, that's fine. Point follows. I don't know, tell it in a way. But problem can get you. Point follows that guy. When you the problem and his own. But this is a little, my chicken, namely, formally, woman, generally, in the hand, in the country. Right? Somebody, that is important. Okay. 然后记得事情不变，是把你举报了还是举开了？